Welcome to Jahtell Movies. And please guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment on the next movie you would like to recap. Sunshine. The sun is fading in 2057, and Earth is freezing. The Icarus II spacecraft is being piloted by 8 international astronauts who are trying to jumpstart the sun before returning to Earth. Icarus II detects the Icarus I's distress beacon as they travel through Mercury. 7 years prior, the previous ship to try a similar mission had vanished. The ship's signals couldn't reach Earth because of its proximity to the sun. Mercury's iron core serves as an antenna, amplifying the signal so that Icarus II can catch it. Kappa, the ship's physicist, advises Captain Sanada to change course and try to hijack Icarus I because he believes that 2 payloads have a better chance of succeeding than one and that their bomb used the last of Earth's fissile elements. The ship's engineer, Mace, opposes the diversion since it's dangerous. The ship's shields from the sun are calculated and put into place by Navigator Trey to intercept Icarus I, but he forgets to realign them, damaging 4 shield panels that, if not restored, might destroy the entire vessel and kill the crew. The pilot, Cassie, assists the spacewalkers Sanada and Kappa by angling the damaged section of the shield away from the sun. To the horror of botanist Corazon, this results in the destruction of the ship's oxygen garden and oxygen supplies as well as the loss of 2 projecting communications towers. Sanada gives Kappa the go-ahead to escape to safety while he fixes the final panel himself, but he is fatally burned a short while later as a result of the explosion as Icarus II's autopilot aligns the shield back to its original position. Because Trey is unable to deal with the death of Sanada, psychiatrist Searle places him under intensive sedation and determines that he poses a suicide risk. Icarus II is forced to dock with Icarus I since it is unable to reach its explosive payload's release point without more oxygen. While searching the ship, Kappa, Searle, Mace, and the current acting Captain Harvey, the communications officer, leave Cassie and Corazon with Trey on board Icarus II. The majority of the ship's systems, such as the lush, overgrown oxygen garden, are still functional, but they find that the mainframe has been tampered with, making it impossible to deliver the cargo. The ship's captain, Pinbacker, who abandoned his mission and had terrible burns on his face, left a rambling remark in the log. According to Mace, the transmission was made around the time the crew was supposed to deliver their payload, or 6.5 years ago. The Icarus I crew is discovered dead in the solar observation room, having long since burnt to death from unprotected exposure to the sun. The 4 crew members are left stranded as the exterior airlock of Icarus I is destroyed when the 2 ships suddenly separate explosively. Kappa, who is the only crew member with the ability to control the payload, wears the one spacesuit that is available, while the others wrap themselves in insulation that was salvaged from the ship's walls and jettisoned between airlocks utilizing the vacuum release as propulsion. Searle offers his services after realizing that one of them must stay behind to manually run the airlock. When Searle opens the airlock, Kappa, Harvey, and Mace are launched into the surrounding area. Kappa and Mace return to Icarus II while Harvey misses the airlock, freezes, and suffocates to death. After spending the entire expedition fixated on peering into the covered sun, Searle kills himself in the observation chamber by exposing himself to the sun's full, lethal energy. According to Corazon's calculations, only 4 of the 5 survivors will be able to make it to the sun. Trey had already committed suicide when the group reluctantly chooses to have Mace execute him. Kappa is informed by Icarus that there is still not enough oxygen to complete the mission because an unidentified 5th person is on board the spacecraft, much to the relief of the remaining crew that they will at least make it to the sun. As a result of Kappa's investigation, it is discovered that Pinbacker was responsible for detaching the airlocks and is a deranged man with physical deformities. Pinbacker attacks, wounds, and pursues Kappa into the airlock, who seals it from his side. Pinbacker locks his side of the airlock to trap Kappa, then kills Corazon and removes the 4 mainframes from their coolant baths, shutting down the ship's computer, before going after Cassie. When Mace's leg catches on the 3rd mainframe that is descending, he is imprisoned and the computer system is shut down. Mace manually lowers 2 of the computers back into the icy coolant. He begs Kappa to finish the mission as he freezes to death. The bomb is separated from the spacecraft by Kappa blowing the airlock while the ship is being destroyed by the sun. Cassie is waiting for him inside the bomb when Pinbacker ambushes them. Pinbacker claims he has been talking with God, the Sun, for the past 7 years and has received the order to take everyone to heaven. Kappa eludes Pinbacker by ripping the skin off one of his arms as they crash into the sun. Kappa successfully reaches the controls when Cassie encourages him to detonate the explosives. He observes as the bomb starts to burn near the edge of the sun, killing Cassie and Pinbacker, although he is unsure if it will function under these harsh circumstances. Kappa uses his last seconds to happily stretch out and touch the surface of the sun as time and space begin to warp. Kappa's sister and her children are on Earth, at the frozen Sydney Harbor, listening to Kappa's final transmission as they see the sun's light begin to shine once more. Okay guys, thank you for watching Jahtell movies, and please don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment on the next movie you would like recap.